Hey guys, Woods Farm here, Project 222. Just back out in the shop working on the Scout car. Today we are going to start welding the D-rings to the exterior of the hull, and we are also going to start working on welding up the mounting points on the inside to mount all the various equipment for the crew. So stick around and check it out. Okay, we're getting very close to paint. One of the last things we need to do is we need to weld all of the D-rings and mounting points and bolt down points for all of the equipment that gets mounted to the exterior and to the interior of the vehicle. There's a lot of crew equipment that needs to get mounted on the inside, and there is a bunch of D-rings that get welded on the exterior of the hull that are for securing the canvas covers that go over the turret and the vehicle. And once we get all that completed, I think we're finally going to be at the point where we're going to detach the turret, remove the turret, move the car out of the garage, and we'll be able to work on welding up all the trim that needs to get finished on the turret itself before we paint. Here's a selection of some of the stuff that we're going to have to mount on the interior of the vehicle. There is at least 3 mounting points for mess tins and gas mask carriers. I'm also seeing at least a couple places for canteens. Of course, there's at least one MP40 for the crew. Magazines for the MP40. There is a grenade rack that holds 6 grenades. And there are some other places where bread bags get mounted as well. There's also vehicle-related equipment like the fire extinguisher, ammo racks for the MG34 and the 20mm ammo, a spare barrel holder, all that kind of stuff. So we're not going to be able to finish all of that. It's probably going to take us years to actually finish the interior, but I want to try to plan out and have some mounting points set up for some of this equipment that we're going to fabricate later and mount into the vehicle. Other stuff like the mess tins and the gas mask carriers, they all get strapped down onto like D-rings just with leather straps, so that'll be pretty simple to complete. Just going through the reference photos and figuring out where everything needs to go roughly. Here's all the D-rings. I spent a day fabricating these from scratch, and you can see some of them turned out better. These are the ones that I've selected for the exterior of the hull, for the mounting points or the tie down points for the canvas covers. These ones aren't going to go to waste. I think I'm going to mount these strategically on the interior for a couple of different things, specifically for the canteens. I think the clip will work really well to clip onto these D-rings. So far, I've pretty much figured everything out except the fire extinguisher and the hatchet or the axe there. Can't quite settle on a location for the axe, and I'll show you why. And I sort of dropped the ball, and I should have ordered, weeks ago, so I had them ready. But the mounts for the fire extinguisher, but they're in the mail now. They're coming. So we'll be able to get to that last. As for the axe, it normally kind of mounts sort of like in this area across here. But the original obviously doesn't have this structural support here. And this kind of gets in the way, especially if you were to mount the axe horizontal like it is in the original. Also, the fire extinguisher goes up into this area up here. Again, I'm not sure. I may alter that slightly. I kind of think I'm going to put the fire extinguisher on this side. It's just closer to reach for the driver. So I've just been going through and marking out roughly where mounting points and D-rings and stuff need to go. There's a mess tin. That's roughly the location of the MP40. Another mess tin, canteen goes up in the corner there. There's a holster for a flare gun. On the driver's side, you got the mess tin gas mask carrier. There's ammo racks back here in this area is where the grenade rack goes. There's another gas mask down here. And up there, that is a double spare barrel holder for the MG34. I think I'm going to put a mounting point back in this far corner for another canteen. And I have the rough locations of the D-rings on the exterior. There's a couple on the side. There's one there, and then on the back, and then they mirror on the other side. So we'll get those mounted first. Okay, now that you have an idea of what we're going to be doing in this video, I'm pretty eager to get to work and get this done and completed and scratched off the list. So let's get started. Okay guys, we got the D-rings mounted on the exterior of the hull. That is all complete. I also did a quick coat of primer. Now we're going to move to the interior. I've got to fabricate some small little D-rings and some other mounting points for the inside. It's also going to be difficult to show you exactly what's going on in there. It's getting really cramped. It's difficult to video. I'll do my best. So let's get started on that. Okay, that was a really slow and difficult process. It's getting very hard to work inside the vehicle. Things are starting to get very cramped in there, and it's just difficult to move around the pedestal and all the mechanism for the turret. So it's really hard to get in there and weld all that stuff down. But I've got most of it completed. You can see most of the things are mounted inside, and I'm pretty happy with the way that turned out. I do have a few more D-rings to weld inside and some larger handles and stuff. I'll get working on that probably next. Also, I'm starting to think about the doors. That's probably going to come up soon. I think I'm going to cut them out. Well, first I'll have to pattern them. I've got material set aside for the doors, get them cut out, and figure out how the hinges are going to work. So I think that'll probably be in the next video. And I'm fairly certain in the next video we will get the turret off, and the car is going to temporarily get parked in another shed. I'll have more space to work on the turret, and I can get the trim and the turret completed. So that'll be coming up in the next video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching.